Mental, what's up, man? What is going on? Hopefully people enjoy the new haircut today. So I'm not going super bummy with it. Plus, always nice to actually be able to stream earlier in the day. Everyone's like, wow, I can't believe Boss's face looks civilized. I know. I tell myself that every day I wake up after I get a haircut. I wonder if we'll get a nice little skirmish. We might. We'll see how this goes. Dude, let me scoot this over while I'm doing that. I can't even see. Hang on, let's thin this one out. There we go. That makes it a little easier for me. Ayush, what's up? Hey yo. Yeah, no, I did. Yeah, I went to finally get myself a haircut yesterday. Yeah, now I just need to work on the consistency of maintaining. So, yeah, that's the trick that gets everyone. Oh, appreciate. Yeah, I think my Dominican barber did pretty good. You know, your face always feels lighter. At least mine does after a haircut. Yeah, so it should be pretty cool today. We are gonna we'll maybe watch some wars, some PvP battles. We're gonna talk about the new kingdoms that are already announced, that are going to be going into the new season first. We'll talk about some potential streaming schedules for showing that off. Also, a little bit of migration coverage on where some movement might be happening, or more so just kind of, I guess, foreshadowing for when we'll know more about it. But no, should be good. Yeah, I'm hoping they go at it. They're pretty close. Yeah, thankfully I do have a couple on backup as well, just in case. Well, if it does end up going a little slower. I thought they'd already be going at each other's throats by now, but it's just not. It's a standoff. It's a good standoff. There's a lot of people on both sides. All right, I think we're good there. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Death. You guys are always there for me when I need it. Always, always there. for this one. Mentals. When you get a chance, please let me fix your gathering. Oh, yeah, no, I haven't messed around with any artifacts to place there. Yeah, there's already other ones I probably should be using compared to these. But always happy to hear any good love. Okay, a little pokey poke. Maybe we'll see. Let's see what happens while we get some promoing off in the game. Yeah, let's see. I wonder if they're just. I mean, they still got a couple people coming in. And EE has. How long do they have on this AF? Well, you know, if it actually lets me click, which would be fantastic. Let's see if we can finally click on it. There we go. It's got an hour and 28 minutes on the fort, 43 on the keep. I mean, there's not really even that many barricades. I'm wondering, maybe UV is just playing a little bit more defensive here. And they're gonna wait for EE to push in. Yeah, I'd have to go on to this particular group to see for myself, but you know what we'll do in the meantime. Let's go back to you know, I don't know if there's actually any fighting happening here in 74. We'll check. Oh, interesting thing, by the way. I finally figured out how when the new observation feature, oh wow, weird. What's going on there? Excuse me. When the new observation feature enables for new kingdoms, or I should say new KVK groups, right? And so I was doing a couple tests because I was trying to figure this out, right? For some of you who might have gone over and looked at some of the groups. Is there fighting going on in here? Oh, interesting. Look at that, dude. They're already doing merit trading. Oh, that's funny. God, that's too good. I think... I'm trying to remember. I think it might have been 15. Let's double check. It was one of these that I know we did end up seeing some PvP on. But what I was saying is I ended up figuring out, oh my god, is there just like merit trading going on everywhere here? Everyone's just waiting for another wild IMD. I don't know if it was IMD. Oh, yeah, it was here. It was here. I remember. Yep, it was over here in Zone 2. Camelid. Yeah, they don't have that many people, but I know they were doing some hits. Because ETD is got 49 minutes on destroying this flag, and then they're building this one here. So there's like a little bit more skirmishing. We'll probably rotate a bit, and then we're gonna end up showing you guys the end of season timelines too as well. So I'll do that here in a sec, just once I get through getting some in-game promos, and then we will show off the end of season timeline. We're gonna talk about the kingdoms that are going into the new season first. We'll talk about when the timeline is, what's the date for that. And then, you know, along with when can you expect me to start putting out specifically some data in group comparison content, also with migration movement content as well that I'm really excited for. It's actually something I'm going to be starting today, where, well, either today or maybe towards the end of the migration period, because I want to try and find out from as many people as possible on, you know, where the movement is, like, you know, where are people moving, you know, why are they moving, and then, you know, kind of be able to show you guys the after effects as well for what does the activity status change now look like from that movement. So I'm definitely pretty excited for that. You know, it should be good. Yeah, because last time when the new season came out, we didn't really have an opportunity to stream in that moment, right? So it was more of it was when season 2 plus, right, was announced. I think I was the only creator at the time who was putting out any content on it, because I think I was probably the only one who may have had characters in those kingdoms, because if you remember, it was 155 through 173 that ended up going in first. And so there was, I think, 2 or 3 videos I put out that did really good, but I think also because it was just I was the only person who had any information on it, right, as far as content that people could go on and consume publicly. And so I was thinking about it this time, and I think what I'm gonna try and do is actually live stream the new season once it comes out, whenever that reset hits. I'm gonna be trying to live stream. I mean, I might even consider taking the day off, we'll see, but I'm pretty excited, at least for that kind of change happening now compared to last time. So what's up, man? Welcome. Yeah, we're just hanging out. We're hanging out here in SS214, and then also in S274. I think there was supposed to... Oh, no, sorry. That was the EE group, right? Wherever they were. Yeah, it wasn't there. Can't remember now. Maybe it was this one. We'll look. Yeah, see, now I'm... Yeah, it wasn't there. It was... I guess a little action here. Yeah, but now I'm totally forgetting where we were just looking at, where they were having a little bit of a standoff. I'm telling you, man, the short-term memory loss is hitting me hard. Oh, jeez, what is this? Okay, there we go. Let's hang out in S266 for a minute. Watch a little PvP. Yeah, this is the UN family versus the JT family. I don't know if they ended up getting pushed out. I think they did, because you could see UN's here, and then UN's here, and then it's just JT there, and they've already got some disconnected territory. Oh, are they getting flanked as well? Yo, solid, man. Good strat. Good strat there. Yeah, I guess this is maybe the remnants of the fighting that's happening, because it was like 2 major families in this season 2 KVK that were just going at it hard since Final Zone, and now that they've been pushed out, looks like they're trying to push them all the way out of Zone 3 as well. Sucks. Oh, I see the Hydras there inside. Ooh, nice. This is a good zoom. Well, to be honest, if I could zoom 1 or 2 more times, it'd be even better. But you know, we'll take what we can get. Yeah. So you said, what do you think about giving us only 24 hours to organize the migration? Yeah, man. It's again. I'm gonna be looking forward to talking about that in a moment. I'm almost done going through my my Kingdom promos here, but what I will say is, yeah, I mean, you know, it's I mean, I kind of view it like two different ways here. One is that, you know, for kingdoms or alliances specifically, that where the season was kind of already coming to an end, right? You could argue there was some opportunity already, right, to maybe have some of those ideas in mind when it came to migration, because you can still see the kingdoms that are normal, active, crowded, full, right, already, even before the EOS timeline came up. But yeah, 24 hours, and that's and then the other side of it is, okay, well, yeah, you're given, and bear in mind, it's 24 hours, but you do have a 3-day window. However, let's be honest, really, the alliances that are trying to organize themselves to have the best shot of, and this is players / alliances, right, to have the best shot of getting into a kingdom that they're looking to go to, right? Their best shot is going to be the moment that migration opens, right? Stop asking. I'll tell you when. Thank you.
It's 1 minute.
I'll tell you when.
It's supposed to be 1 minute and I would leave.
I'll tell you when. Stop asking. Thank you. Yeah, go sit down on the couch. Yeah. The kiddos, man, the kiddos. Hi. Yeah, so I think overall the amount of time, unfortunately, I mean, yeah, you could make an argument. It would have been nice if they would have given maybe a 2 or 3 day window before the beginning of migration opened. I think that would have been a lot better for many of the kingdoms. You know, now you kind of have only that 24-hour window essentially to operate in. But I mean, at the same time, you know, like I said, you can make an argument for the other side of it, like I was saying before, which is that, right, should be aiming to plan those things out and have a little bit of organization there before the end of the season, right? Whereas you should maybe have an idea on, okay, if you're looking to migrate out, this is maybe where we're looking to, you know, go to, contacting alliances there early in advance. That could have been something too as well. So, you know, again, I think there are some, I mean, you could look at it both ways, though. Yeah, I generally, my consensus is that, yeah, I do think 24 hours is maybe not enough, because again, the most important part of migration is the beginning of migration, not the end of migration, right? So it's probably more of the first 12 hours that are really the most important by far. Yeah. Yeah. You said it came out literally out of nowhere. I mean, it more or less did come out of nowhere, yeah. You said it's a bit problematic, especially for the bigger alliances. I mean, yeah, you know, I mean, to be honest, even if, I mean, I don't think you're gonna see, you know, I don't think you're gonna see 2 or more alliances for the most part, if it's a family of alliances that potentially are gonna be, I don't know if I want to say moving as much, but having those potential issues or challenges, right, over time compared to a single alliance, right, that's trying to move for those players. Or even you could argue a single alliance worth of players, right, even if it's 2 alliances, but you're combining them and it maybe comes out to about 150, 200 people, right, if you're just kind of pulling hyperactivity or the ones that are very active, it may be easier overall for them. I think for those that have maybe 200 or more, I think that's where you really start getting into that realm of caution on, you know, those groups probably would love to have an extra day or 2, without a doubt. Yeah. Lion Man, what's up? Welcome. Lyman says, morning, a fan and always enjoy the different vids. Oh, man, thank you so much, Lion. I really appreciate that. To be honest, even on my streams, I always find it enjoyable to diversify as well, at least as much as possible. So, for me, it's enjoying. Because I would imagine most people that are streaming in this genre are more so kind of showing off their accounts, right? And then the wars that are happening within their kingdoms internally, and that's again what I would imagine is for what the type of content that is usually being publicized or streamed / covered, right? In the most part, but for me, I at least when we're going here, it's more of, hey, can we do some wars? Can we do some topical conversations? Whether it's things that are happening in the game, if it's, maybe a little drama here and there, if it's maybe a good conversation or discussion piece, if we're talking maybe about some data, if we're talking about kingdom or alliance management, player expectations, pretty much almost anything and everything that kind of covers itself around what I at least like to be as, intellectually stimulating is always nice. Okay, don't know if we're going to get any more action there. I think someone said SS26. Let's go take a look. Yeah, I don't know if there's something happening up here. Let's see. Ooh, there is something happening here. Ooh, what's this? 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 Okay, so we got Dora, SS50, ROA, NTS. Oh, are these doors flags? Oh, they are their towers. Okay. So they're on this side of the choke. Oh, wow. So they're already applying some pressure. Okay, yeah. Yeah, we can hang on here and watch this for maybe a sec. See what's crack-a-lackin'. Also, as always, right, remember, our only entry fee that we ask of you is just to hit us with a thumbs up. Show some love and support and help spread my face across the Ethernet is really, really the only thing that we ask. So it says, yeah, I'm not saying it was tragic, because as you said, big alliances had already had plans in their minds, but to do specific plans, player lists, etc. Oh no, agreed. I think that's wholehearted. I mean, you have to think about what's the process that you need to do from beginning to end to get to a point where what's going to happen migration-wise, right? And the first thing you have to do is make sure that you're collecting data throughout the season, and then you have to compile that data. And then once you have that compiled data, then you need to reach out to players and kind of figure out, well, hey, if you are going to migrate, what's their intent? Do they plan to come? Do they not plan to come? Are they willing to spend the gems or not? And then you have to start putting together a list from that, right? So you maybe have the people you reach out to first, and then the people you reach out to next. You're probably organizing all of that on a spreadsheet, and then from there, once you have your list of like, okay, here's all the merit data, here's the power growth data, here's the activity data, contribution, etc. Here's all the people that would want to come, right? If we did migrate, then you have to kind of put people into your categories on, okay, well, when the migration window opens, will you be available, right? Then you need to kind of figure that out as well from there at that point. And so, yeah, I mean, it can be a lot, right? I mean, obviously, if you have a few people that can help you throughout the day, I'm sure it can be a little easier, right? But yeah, that it is a challenge because from a management level, there's quite a few moving parts that go into it. And if you're not already keeping track of that data throughout the season, I would imagine it'll probably take a little bit longer. So obviously, props to those of you who keep data, whether it's on spreadsheets or something else, for the overall contributions, merits, activity, engagement, attendance, if you will, throughout the season, because it really will only help you overall in the long run. Door's like, we're just gonna pokey poke. No left, am I missing something? The left of ROE. I'm already there. Did I miss it? So Davut Bakir, what's up? Welcome. So it says ROE smoking TPD once again. I mean, I imagine the season's already over as it has been in 06, but I mean, still nice to see people that are at least engaging in some PvP and some fighting right until it is. I'm sure even the end of season timeline hitting, it probably helps a good amount of people as well, and just knowing, hey, maybe I can go out and fight because we know, hey, the season's going to come to an end, right? That might actually, I don't know if I want to say enhance, but maybe slightly motivate some players here and there to go and fight, right, a bit more, because they know, hey, the season's coming to an end, we're going to be able to look forward to the new season on a new map. That can give you a little bit of a refreshing perspective. Mental says, watching these wars is making me want to stop farming and go fight for a few hours. Man, that's what we're here for, man. Anytime we're able to show off some PvP, I'm always excited to, right? Especially regardless of what KVK season it's in. You know, for me, it's really just more of a pure enjoyment of being able to go watch fights. You know, I love being able to go watch PvP regardless of who's fighting, as long as it's more or less pretty even. I think, you know, watching like the curb stomps, or, you know, if it's just an overwhelming advantage on one side, those can be fun for, like, you know, small short videos or clips. But, you know, if I can really go and watch some just good even fighting or balanced PvP, that to me is always gonna be the creme de la creme, if you will, of being able to watch enjoyable fights. Right. Are we always smoking something? So it says I'm a big fan too. Villas Bowman, what's up? Welcome. Too honest and noob, you guys are so mean, man. The Renko Salgado. SS2-14, ETS pushing DYB in zone 2, not too much resistance. Oh, I think that's what it was. That was the one I think we were trying to go and watch a little bit. Is there action there? Maybe we'll go take a look in a bit. But welcome. Other level 2 spar on the left, ROE versus TPD. Oh, it is? Oh, hang on, let me see. Level 2 Spire. Is that this one? Oh, is something... Oh, wow. Oh, wow, they're like double taking... Are they fighting, though? Yeah, I mean, I don't really know if I'd argue in saying that's verse TPD. Unless you mean this one, which is the level 3. Yeah, no, I don't see anything. Oops, we'll go back up here. There we go. It's good view. Good angle. Good angle. And I mean, you know, they've been pushed back quite a bit too as well. If we zoom out in Doolin, right, it's Dora's still here, so they still actually have a lot. Dora TPD there. NTS is there, so they had to push all the way around. Oh, I see. They had to go all the way around through the lane there on the Woods of Exile, through the choke. And then green is ROZ, but I don't know if they're pushing that. Oh, I see. And then ROE. Yeah. But it doesn't look like green's pushing. Yeah, they're not. It doesn't look like they're destroying any flags. So yeah, this is like, I guess that, yeah, those are the two junctions, if you will, right, that we're looking at right now. So you have, let's see where we're at here, right? So we have a junction point here, and then we have the choke here. So these are the 2 points where PvP is happening against TPD and Dora right now. So yeah, not bad. But we'll watch this for a bit because there's a little bit of action happening here. And then, like I said, I do want to talk about the kingdoms that are going into Season 2++ / the T1 season, and we'll show off that end of season timeline here in a minute. Nice, we're at 12 likes, 3 more to 15, fam. We can do it. Remember, if you're just tuning in, that's our only ask of you for your entry fee, is just smash the like button and hit us with a thumbs up. So that way you guys can spread this luscious new haircut of a face out there to the ether, if you will. Rex Racer, what's up, man? Dude, absolutely loved Speed Racer, dear God. It was right in front of me. Yeah. The new one, though, like the new live action one that had some effects in it. Such a fan. I actually go back and once a year and watch that movie because I just really enjoy it. Saying not a bad holdout, though, for a 2v4. Yeah, no, with, you know, I think the challenge with And this is why I say like SS26 to me is arguably, and I don't want to go as far as saying like the biggest letdown, because, and I say that more so from like a paper standpoint, right? Because for those that may not know, right, the TPD Dora group here was pretty even in power, right? It was a 4v5. It was TPD Dora FTW2RR going into Final Zone from Dueling Zone 3. They were going up against SS50, ROE, NTS, ROA, and ROZ. And they were within pretty much about just a few 100 million power of each other, right? The Dueling side, so like the TPD Dora FTW-RR side, they had I think about 300 more power when I took the data about half a day or so before Final Zone opened, or Zone 4 opened. And I think the thing that was interesting to me was just how fast they got pushed, essentially, to their passes. I mean, it just felt so much faster, even though it was a near probably one of the most balanced matchups, at least power to power. That's not accounting for top 200. I didn't actually have a chance to go and check top 200 distribution, along with like top 100, top 50, top 25, like again, what, and then on top of what was the T5 ratios on the more Brez side versus the Dueling side. So like those are the two things I didn't actually have a chance to do. I really would have liked to, but the 4 to 5 alliances, if you looked at the sum total for power before Final Zone opened, shortly before, it was pretty balanced, and so. And obviously it doesn't tell the whole story, right? Again, I would have liked to do a little bit more deep data dive, but it is something I'm curious about because, again, like I said, it makes me wonder if, like, could it have just been activity? Could it have been just maybe players that just didn't show up? Could it have been, maybe low morale? Was it maybe something else besides that? Or did the other side just have more maybe overwhelming activity? To me, those things are really interesting because I think it tells a deeper, greater story than just, oh, hey, well, they were even in power, but they really got pushed incredibly fast, and it didn't really look like they had any kind of resistance, if you will, right, going in, or even any kind of like good, strong, consistent and counterplay to where they were able to then stabilize right back in Final Zone and continue. So yeah, for me, I always feel like those things are really interesting. Yeah. David says, never mind. Gabri, what's up? Welcome. Mr. Payne, what's up, baby? Welcome. Lorenko, no action right now. ETS just building and destroying. After next tower finished building, we might push the choke, which I think DYB will for sure defend. Okay. Yeah, maybe we'll go take a look at that in a bit. This will probably die down in a second. When it does, I want to go and take a look at the end of season timeline. I want to talk a little bit about that. I also want to talk about, like we said, the kingdoms that are going into the new season and kind of what the plan there is for showing off some content. Should be exciting. Yeah. Sneaky, what's up, man? Welcome. RR was busy fighting A and Y in Zone 1 and had hospitals and showed late to last zone. Okay. Yeah, so I guess it was more of a 3v5 then in that case. If that's the case, I think that makes a little bit more sense. Rex said ROE and ROA defense had insane activity. I can only imagine. I mean, I think part of it, to me, almost feels like if you guys remember when we were showing off BDO and TO versus, gosh, why am I forgetting who they, I gotta have it on my sheet. I was like, I'm totally over here forgetting the matchup right now. It was BDO and PTW versus TO and FSK. And even though that was like a 5.5 billion differential, it was pretty intense, right? For those of you that remember when we showed that off in our daily, when we were doing our daily recaps for how the KVK was playing on Final Zone, I mean, BDO and PTW just came out like a straight Miley Cyrus wrecking ball. And they had so much activity. They pretty much pushed both of the alliances back to their gates within, those, 12 to 16 hours, or at least the first 24 hours. And even though FSK was able to make a little more of a push than TO was back into Final Zone, it was, I think, only about 7 or 8 flags worth, plus an alliance fort, and it didn't last that long, right? So, I mean, it was pretty decisive. very similar to like the group I'm in, which is SS2-10, where you have GD, LNV, FSKG, there's NX, RSX, AC. They came on the more Brest side. We were on the Dueling side, or I should say that group was on the Dueling side. And it felt very fast-paced, where it just felt like the momentum was always going in one direction, right? It never really stabilized or was able to counterplay at that point. You know, look at that, man. Mid-30s, we're climbing. We're climbing. Remember, man, if you're tuning in, our only ask of you is just to gently tap that thumbs up button. Do it almost sensually, right? But keep it platonic, okay? Don't go too wild with it. Remember, this is a PG/PG-13/sometimes rated R room, but we only do it in the most professional manners. Yeah. Yeah, along with ideas, initial opening for last passes was also their prime time. Yeah, and I think that's a really good point, Rex, that you bring up, is that the challenge is that when passes open, it's not, you know, it's never always going to be at the most favorable time. Let's just state that. However, the thing I would almost like to see, and this is something that in our King's Guard group, you know, we've talked about a little bit, which is that, and actually someone I think put the suggestion there, which is that, you know, they would like to see passes, and we may end up going ahead and putting this forward as a suggestion, and then kind of having a bunch of alliances and players upvoting it, but trying to have passes opening on a weekend, right? So passes would open on a Friday, as an example, right? So every time a pass opened, it would always aim to open on a Friday. Something like that, I think, would be a lot better. And then on top of that, if they opened the time earlier in the day, right? So for example, if maybe they opened it at like 12 UTC, somewhere between maybe like a 12 and 16, 12 and 14 UTC, I think that would play out a lot better on a Friday, because then you're getting the morning time for US, and you're getting the afternoon time for EU, and then you're getting the evening time for like Asia regions. I think something like that would work out a lot better, because then the Friday evening goes into the weekend, so you're already setting players up to have more availability. Something like that I think would be a lot better. When it kind of like, if they could make that change, I think we would see a lot better engagement, and I think a lot more morale boosting within the community, because now you're able to essentially enjoy the first couple days of PvP when a pass opens, whether it be for the final zone, for zone 3, etc., in a way that will be able to generate a lot more activity and a lot more fighting. So, yeah. Rex says, but they definitely have more T5s. Many more. Okay, yeah, and like I said, I didn't have a chance to do a deep dive on it. I'd like to try and do it for the next group matchups, but that is something that, again, I really wanted to try and do it. Like I said, I think that would tell us a little bit more of the story too as well. Yeah, No Name PH, what's up, man? Welcome. Shane McSwain, good name. Good name. What's up? Welcome. Shinsui. Tyler, what's up? Welcome. ROE side has more T5, TPD sleeping, 50% active. Love Bumblebee 117. All right, shout out to Bumblebee. There we go, man. 16 likes, 4 more to 20. We can do it, fam. You guys are too funny, man. Bumblebee YOLO is T4. My guy, man. Martin Terziski. Terziski, if I said that right. Welcome. TPD Dora side has 10 out of 40 top powered players. Okay. Yeah, was that taken before? That I'd be curious for that. Was that taken before Final Zone started, or did you just look at that now? I mean, again, we could probably look at it as well, but I think it's more. It's probably would have been better to look at it before the Final Zone started. Yeah. Village says ROE has bigger T5s. AM ROE. Okay. Davut, what's up? Welcome. Oh, I should say welcome back with another message. Davut says pastime is always good as long as you can manage it. If the pass opens at night, you will reach the enemies at your prime time for good fighting. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, anyone can manage a pastime. You know, especially if you're already on if you're already on the chapter before pass opens, the moment that the chapter starts, you'll be able to time it out, right? You just have to add the time plus 12 hours for when the pass opens, and that's not really and I get that, right? Because you would usually have anywhere between 2.5 to 3.5 days on average to manage a pass time. But what I'm saying is that if they opened the passes, where passes opened in the morning on a Friday, right? So it would be like a Friday sometime between 12 and 14, 12 and 16 UTC. That would be a lot better for everyone because you're going into a weekend for when the pass opens, and then it doesn't feel like you're constrained to have to fight during a work week, right, or a weekday. That for players is a lot more beneficial because you're able to have on average a lot more uptime, and that's really what it should be. And so that's why I hope eventually they may do a change like that, because I think if they did something like that, the community would just go bananas. And what I mean is like bananas with praise, because now you're able to fight essentially throughout the entire weekend, and that's a lot better for a gamer in general than it is during the work week, right? Because you have more free time on average, right? Obviously, albeit those that work from home. Nice, one more like it till we're at 20, man. We're doing pretty good. Around 40, gotta love it. Look at that. See, it's always better when BN streams earlier. It's always nice to talk about myself in the third person. Why not? Martin says, I checked it like 2 weeks ago. Shane, crazy that ROE bragging about winning an AFK server and can't even take the dragon. Man, dragon's hard, man. I mean, people can say whatever they want, but I think there's only been 3 or 4 people that have taken dragon so far. And I don't know if anyone's taken magma. No, I think some people have. I think BDO took magma. I saw them do it. Or saw the end of it, I should say, and then I think a few others, but there hasn't been that many people that have taken dragon yet. Yeah, easier to defend than siege. That's right. Ofu, what's up, man? Welcome. Hey, I see myself. Ofu, where you at? Where you at? Oh, right here. Is this you? OFU? Yeah, probably. Shout out, shout out, shout out. Do your dance, do circles. Circle, you can do it. Do some circles, do some circles. How about an emoji? Walk around the spire. Do your dance. Oh, look, there's Shinshui. There we go, there we go, there we go. Hey, work it, work it, work it, work it, work it. You guys are too funny. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to get a bigger push here. Ooh, is there a little flank happening? What's going on? What's going on over here? Nope. You guys are too funny. Okay. So we'll come back here. One of the things I want to go and take a look at real quick is I want to look at the season timeline. So let's go. I'm trying to think how I want to do this real quick. Let's do it like this. I'll show it to you guys on my Scout, because I think that probably just be a lot easier overall. And we'll do that. That way we can at least keep up the fighting here. Unless maybe something breaks out, then maybe we'll just wait for this to die out in a sec. But I do want to show that off for what the timeline is going to be. I also want to show you guys the kingdoms and the groups that are going to be going into the new season as well, and we're going to talk a little bit about that here. But first, if there's going to be a little push, maybe we'll wait and watch that. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, I'm gonna read you guys this. So I don't know if anyone here has seen this was posted about 2.5 weeks ago. So I have something else that we're going to talk about that I'm going to show here in a sec, which is, you guys are probably going to really enjoy this one. But this was something I had been wanting to talk about actually for a while. So we'll see. I may talk about this before we go into the groups. But this is the for those of you that are familiar, well, I should say for those of you that are on the Call of Dragons Facebook group, there was a post that was made about 2.5 weeks ago about Pervy Sage, and I want to read the post that was made by this person, and then I want to talk a little bit about it because I found it to be a very fascinating discussion, or I should just take the topic in general. But yeah, and if you guys are curious, I can link you to it as well. But it was absolutely great. Do it for the Vine. Because so don't you mean the YouTube clip? Isn't that like, don't you mean for the YouTube clip? Right? Also, look at that, man. We're at mid-40s right now. Gotta love it. Gotta love the attendance. Yeah, welcome, welcome. If you're just tuning in, we are taking a look here at SS2-6, just watching some PvP right now between NTS, ROAS S50, and Dora TPD. Or I thought I saw some TPD. Oh, I did. Cyrillic's right there. Yeah, and of course, as always, right, if you're hanging out with us, our only entry fee that we ask for you is just hit the thumbs up. Just do it softly, do it gently. You know, almost like you're caressing the thumbs up button. And, you know, if some of you guys want to go hard in the paint and click it to where your finger goes through your mouse, I mean, that's cool too, as long as you have someone stand by. So, yeah, no, it should be good. But yeah, so you know, like I say, whenever this dies down, we're gonna transition, and we'll do that. We're gonna read through the Pervy Sage hate Facebook post, which is pretty funny. I'll give you guys some thoughts there, and then when that finishes, we're gonna go and we're gonna talk about the end of season timeline for the kingdoms and the KVK groups that are gonna be going into the first S2++/T1 season first, and some things you can expect from me too as well. Okey-dokey. Uh-oh. Chat's flooding. One more like until 25. We can do it. B, I see you. Yo, hearts in the chat. Gotta love it. Appreciate you guys. No name. Where is B? Emilio Drago, what's up? Welcome. Nice to see Maxim fighting, man. Yeah. Shout out to Maxim. Elias Osman, what's up? Welcome. RO forever. Sean Rogan, what's up? Welcome. Tuvat is a noob. You guys are so nice with your words. Have I mentioned that lately? No name PH. I see my name killing those people. you guys are too much. Dea Otera, what's up? Welcome. Look, Tuvat has a fan club. We get it. Sultan, what's up? Welcome. You missed the fun. ROE shave TPD over and over. Hey, listen, you know, fam, you guys know me. Like I often talk about, right? If you guys want me to try and cover some PvP, you gotta slide into your boys' DMs. I always tell people, anyone can DM me on Discord. Feel free. You're never bugging me. You can also go on my Discord and post on the. You can also go on my Discord and post on the COD Wars drama channel, right? And for anyone who's curious on that, I'll put a link to the Discord in the chat. But if you do want to go on there, there is some really good information. I'll just pin it too as well. That might even help. But if you go on the Discord, I'll give you an example real quick. If you go there, you can go in, and then you just go to reaction roll, and then you can go here for COD, YouTube, or Live Notify. And if you select Call the Dragons, which is the third one from the left, you can go over here to Call the Dragons, and then you can go to Drama Wars. And I have people in here that post updates for me on when fights are going on or when wars are happening. So you guys are more than welcome to. Remember, you're never bugging me, right? I have regulars that hit me up probably every day and will let me know if there's PvP going on. So, and again, I very much appreciate it. You know, more eyes are better than one, especially when it comes just to me. So, you guys are always more than welcome. 26 likes, 4 more to 30. We can do it. Yeah, right. Brian Sia, what's up? Welcome. I am Iger. Aya Lamigre? I'm going to assume it's not Spanish, but you can let me know. Brian says, how many T5s does Dragon take? I'd probably say like 30 to 40, maybe 25, 35 for some of the groups that, at least that I know, that have done it with around that. But then again, I would imagine that the supporting cast probably has to be not or beyond a vanilla T4. The Legend Saner, what's up? Welcome, TB. Yeah. Okay, let's not do that, or I'm gonna turn it off. Go. You guys can apologize and play nice. That's what happens when I have 3 little girls and 2 that are basically best friends and enemies on a 24/7 schedule. BH, what's up? Evening, you have a video on new patch? I do have a video on new patch. I'm going to do a highlight video later today. Either this evening I'm going to do, because what I notice is some people maybe just don't want to sit there and watch an entire patch notes breakdown, even though, you know, I always try and make it pretty enjoyable. And I will say that if you did watch my latest patch notes breakdown, it's, again, you will definitely see the character in me come out. But I will grab a link for those of you that are curious on that. But I am going to be doing like a highlighted TLDR, and that's essentially where I go through and just kind of pick out what I think are the most, I don't know if I want to say important, but I'm probably the most impactful. It's probably a better way to put that. And for those features or changes, additions, subtractions, and I put that on like a Google Doc, and I just kind of read that out in an outline form. And that's usually a lot shorter, probably a quarter or a fifth of the time. Dude, look at that, man. ROA and TPD are showing out for the stream. You guys can do it. 2 more likes until 30. We can do it. Look at that, man. We're already at mid-50s, almost at 60. Man, you guys are killing it right now. Yeah, it's always a pleasure. Always very humbling when people enjoy coming and listening to my face spout words. And just, you know, present a different perspective on things, and on top of that, being able to show off some solid PvP, right, or just some fun fights. 2011 gonna have a lot of action in 2 days. Oh, is that S2? You mean SS211? Or do you mean? Because if you mean SS2-11, that's 174 to 187. Their final zone already opened. It's been open for 9 days. Yeah. Unless you mean a Season 2 Kingdom. But I would imagine most of their fighting's probably over. Unless they're planning something big. By chance. Also, you guys have to let me know, is the sound effects volume okay? Is it a bit too loud, or can you guys hear it just enough? Because I'm always trying to tinker with that to make sure it doesn't come off too intense. Look at that, man. 30 likes. We can do it. Love it, love it. Daisy, what's up? Welcome. Henry Hayes, what's up? We took Dragon with, I think, 30 to 35 T5s. Okay, cool. Dedi Supriyatna Haro. I'm not going to attempt. It's already hurting my face. Welcome. Petition to kick Satan. Man, dude, you guys are so violent. Boss Hellrider send me to let you know what kind of legend I am. Solid. In that case, we will let you be a temp legend in the chat for your duration here. Lion Man, fresh haircut, bro. Thank you. I hope I'm looking decent. I'm looking decent for the fam. The lady, I'm sure, was getting tired of my caveman-ish persona that I was exuding out throughout the household, and I felt like, you know what, it was a time to finally. It's not No Shave November, so you know, why not? CTAC, what's up? Welcome. BH. Okay, I will watch that. Can I get a quick promising or bad? What? Can Carol, what's up? Cyborg the Swipeman? I'm not sure if I'm supposed to know what that means. Lorenko, DYB defending right now. Drop double behemoth SS214. Okay. Maybe we'll go. Is it okay? Here, let's go. Let's just go see real quick. Like I said, if nothing's really popping off, then we'll go, and I want to go through this article from Perby Sage because I'm really excited about that. Sorry, the one about you said DYB. Oh, it must be over here, right? If it's double behemoth. Ooh, dang. Ooh, is there? Ooh. Okay, all right. Let's get it. I'm excited. Thank you for the heads up. Some decent action here. Okay, we'll hang out here for a bit, maybe until this dies down, and then we'll go and take a look at that Facebook article that I'm really excited to show you guys off. Look at that, man. 30 likes, 5 more to 35. We can do it. Sounds good. I am Migrate. bossnasti is best nasty. Thanks, Shoddy. I appreciate you, boo-boo. Elias Hausen, what's up? Best RO family is here. Support and love from 76. Thank you for coming and supporting and hanging out with us for a little bit. Should be good, man. That's you guys already know, man. I love being able to show off PvP from across the game, from across the world of Call of Dragons and the community. And you know, I think there's a lot of fun fights that happen out there, whether it's a season 2 plus kingdom. We've even shown off some like small scale fights that happened in season 1. It's just the challenge with season 1 is that you have to fight. Sorry, not that you have to fight. You have to go and watch the fights pretty much in like the first 24 hours. So like if you don't really watch it for the first 24 to 48 hours, that's really where the most action happens, at least from what I've noticed consistently when I go and I look at final zone, like Atherin zone 3 fights in season 1, is that there's they typically end pretty quick unless you for some reason just have a stacked kingdom and there's big alliances that are pretty balanced on each side. That's a little bit different. I've only ever seen like 1 or 2 of those happen. But yeah, season 1's fun to show off because it's just usually smaller scale, right? It's not usually as big. So yeah, but we'll hang on here for a little bit. I don't know how long this will go down for, but DYB's got the bear and ETD some of the giant. Trashed. Daisy said, BN, go watch TPD. Oh, is the TPD side jamming out? I like avocados. Please shout out Lorcom for being a dude. It's so messed up, man. Daisy says, BN, say slay it. There you go. Hopefully that works. Villa says, go back to real ROE, not ROEC. Oh wait, was that on the TPD side? Is it popping off there? Let me hang on. Let me look real quick on my scout. I always forget I have a second instance that I can go and look at. Hang on, let me take a look. And we'll see. Are they going at it? Oh no, they're not going at it. I don't see anything happening right now on there. I think they just got done. Or did I miss it? No, it looks like they just got done removing the flag. Yeah, I don't see anything going on the ROE TPD side, unless I'm blind. Rambo, what's up? You're watching us fight. Welcome. Yeah, just for a bit. Yeah, we'll watch this fight for a little bit, and then, like I said, we're gonna go into the that Pervy Sage article on Facebook that I mentioned about, and then we're also going to take a look at the end of season timeline. We'll take a look at some kingdoms, the kingdoms in the KVK, or the groups that are going to be going into the new season. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about migration. I'll talk a little bit about some expectations for streaming when those happen as well, kind of give you guys some dates. But yeah, should be good. There we go. Okay, maybe slow it down a bit. We'll see. 31 likes, 4 more to 35. We can do it. Yeah, kind of a little rough though in SS214, just because, again, you can see that even on like the DYB side, and I think another alliance in Zone 3 in more Brez, they're pushed to the east side. Oh, what's going on over here? Did I miss something? Oh, there's just... Oh, I see the bear. Oh, wow, they're like pushing the bear to pull players. Okay, not bad on the strat, but again, would have needed to have enough activity here to like push that to take advantage of the split. Yeah, but like if we zoom out, you could see here, because this is Zone 2 for Camelid, they're already in Zone 3, right? And you could see ROEZs up here and DYB, and this is kind of where they're holding on this level 3 spire and this bridge. So you can see like all the turrets that are here, and then if we go up, you could see on the bridge, same thing, right? So those two alliances are up here at the level 5 pass, but there's not really a lot of movement or a lot of traction, so they're essentially just kind of fighting here in Zone 2 at the moment. Ooh, hang on. Let's see if we can figure this out. We're going to do it. Yes! Sometimes you got to do the zoom in and zoom out a couple times just so you can kind of get that max range out, or view out, I guess we should say, just to be able to have a little bit better of a viewing angle. Yeah, let me go. While we're doing that, though, I want to see if... We'll see how the Spire fight's going right now. Okay, it looks like Dora TPD slowed down a little bit, and it's... Yeah, it looks like they stopped fighting, at least right now, or they're waiting to reorganize and engage. Oh my gosh, my phone's almost charged. Probably the most important part of a human being's day. Yeah. All right. Just playing that tier divine there. Close up. I guess just doesn't seem like DYB and ROEZ have enough activity right now. At least in the Zone 2 where they're fighting right now against ETS. Also, I think it is just mainly oh no, sorry, there's ETD there too as well. I missed them. Oh, look at that focus fire there on the bear. Yeah, see, this is where usually, if they're doing that, you'd want to push up. There's a decent amount of people that aren't even engaged there on the back line for DYB. You know, where you'd almost want to try and fill out here in front of this canyon, and then again just try to take advantage of your behemoth tanking some of the damage. Doesn't really do them a lot. It's probably better for them to either, like, if they're able to push, then you want to fight a little bit in here where you can use the width. Otherwise, if you're not able to kind of get all the way out there, then you want to fight like around here, just so you could spread more. But I guess it can be difficult at times if your activity isn't really meeting their activity for the most part. Yeah, hopefully everyone's having a good Saturday, though. Anybody doing anything interesting this weekend? I'm about to go to a kid's birthday party here in a bit. No, what is it, 2:06 here? Yeah, so maybe in about 45 minutes, I think we'll be leaving. Gonna go to a trampoline park. That's always fun. Good to go hang out and talk with some adult humans. It's always fun. Lionman says, "No, it's cold and raining." Yeah, it's not sunshine and rainbows over here as well. I should add, it is pretty chilly. I don't think it's really warm enough temp-wise to actually go out and do anything. I think it's a little bit more beneficial just to kind of be hanging out. Ooh. see what we got. Okay, I think we're going to go ahead and take a look now. Never mind, maybe we'll wait a little bit more. Just until this... Oh geez, wow, are they going in? Oh man, I thought they were going to go like YOLO. Like past the keep. Jeez, they're definitely pushing pretty close, though. Yeah, pretty condensed there, right? That's one of the things we talk about often, you know, where it's like a lot of them are condensed. It'd be nice if they just spread out a little bit more, something like that. I guess a few of them were, but just not enough. You're still getting a lot of condension here, where it's almost like they're hiving. It's just a big mosh pit. It's a big mosh pit. This actually isn't that bad, though, on the BYB side. Right, their spread is actually pretty decent. Could be a little bit more. They could go to this block tower over here, and then maybe kind of curving close to the ridge up here on this little mound in front of that green turret or the poison turret. Yo, Rimudu Senpai! What's up? Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Guys, 2 more likes until 35. We can do it. Remember, our only gentle entry fee request for you is just to be kind and polite and smash that thumbs up. Or to, like we say, gently caress the thumbs up. That's what we say. They're going at it, though. They are definitely going at it. Yeah, Ramuto, how's the end of season timeline surprise gift going within your alliance? I hear there's quite a few alliances not struggling, but they are scrambling, that's the word, right now, to figure out what their migration plans are with essentially a 24-hour timer. It's just nuts. It's nuts, this is what it is. What's my time at here? We're an hour and almost 10 minutes. Yeah, we'll give this a minute or two more, and then unless it dies out a little bit before that, but we'll give it a minute or two more, and then we'll go take a look at the Facebook post, and then we're gonna look at the end of season timeline and show you guys the kingdoms that are gonna be popping off first into the new season, and then we'll talk a little bit about the new season as well. And my little one is still sleeping like a loving child. Let's see where we're at. I'll tell you when. I'll tell you when. Yeah, go. You need to brush your hair and brush your teeth, and then tell. It's not 1 minute. I'll tell you when, but go brush your hair and brush your teeth, please. Yeah. If you want to leave, you have to go brush your hair and brush your teeth. Yeah, tell Mia too, please. And don't be loud going upstairs. Ooh. They're like, we're gonna kill this bear. Just hanging out. All right. Let's go take a look now at the Facebook post. So I want to transition a little bit here. And this is something that I want to show off, because this was something that came up. I think I have this actually on my saved, but I'll show it up here. So I want to read this, and then I want to read some of the comments. This was something that was sent to me. That someone linked me to this post back when it was made on the 3rd, right? Bear in mind it's the 20th, so it's been about 2.5 weeks. But let's read this, right? So Justice Tootie says, "Hi dragons," right? Which this looks like a comment. Let's be real. Says, "I am saddened by the behavior of this player. He dominates and attacks farms every day." And let me turn down some of the background music too as well here. That's still better. He attacks farms every day. It does not. What is this? Hang on. It does not allow other new players to enjoy the game seriously and in peace. I know that there are stronger players than him in the game, but their behavior is better. Probably this player had a bad childhood. He was bullied. Maybe he has bad parents. That's aggressive. Or he has no friends. Even more aggressive. I wish someone stronger would show him the same thing he does to others. Stronger players can help the weaker and teach them to be better. But this toxic player, this guy is just going in. This toxic player only enjoys humiliation. I won't write anything under the comments because I don't have the energy for a donkey. So this is obviously pretty intense. So this player talking about Pervy Sage. Pervy Sage is known, for those of you who may or may not know, as being a kind of main cav player, and has done a good job at refining those 5 marches, and will go out and regularly attack RSS legions, or people that are RSS tiles will fight legions out in the open field. And again, just does a lot of kind of roaming, right? A lot of kind of roaming and attacking. And so again, I when someone sent me this, I thought it was interesting because when I read this, right, and if this person ever watches this, when I probably clip this at some point, is that, and we'll get to the comments here in a second. I just want to give you guys my initial thoughts. To be fair, this is normal, right? There's nothing that Pervy Sage is doing here that is not one of the ways that this game can be played. And the fact is that if you are fighting out in the war zone, and again, I don't know if this person was getting attacked in a war zone or not, but if you're out in a war zone, you have to be aware of what's happening. And if you're just out there trying to farm in a war zone, we'll just have realistic expectations that you can be attacked. And that is just how the game is. And so I thought that this post was, I don't want to say maybe a bit naive, might be an okay way of putting it, but I think this was a bit unrealistic of this player to have this opinion. I can understand someone who's maybe newer to the game, or if you don't have a lot of knowledge and experience in how these games play out. I think the one thing we can agree on is that if you are fighting out in a war zone where you know active fights and battles are happening, right, you probably shouldn't just be out there farming, so to speak, if this ends up, right, based on what they said, right, attacks farms every day. I mean, the thing is, you would assume that if someone's attacking farms every day, you would wise up and stop farming every day or farming in that particular area, right? You would either move to a safer zone or move farther away where they have to then go and run farther in order to get to you, right? There are ways to address that, right, from that side. So let's read some comments. So, this guy's, this could be funny. But you have but you have the energy to type a paragraph. It's just, it's funny. That is funny. And I should note as well, right? There's also the other way of viewing it is that you could also, now it depends on what season this person's in, but I'm assuming it could maybe be season 2+. If so, just keep in mind you do have the truce zone as well, right? And that kind of goes hand in hand with just teleporting to a safer zone. Ray says this is a war game, expect war. I mean, I think that's right on point. Justice replies, the war, get out and go help people who need it, hero. I'm going to be honest, I don't know if this was supposed to be a rebuttal just by the way this is worded. Maybe this is meant to be like in some kind of offensive way where they're saying get out of like your home and go out and help people in the real world. If it is, then yeah, I mean, I think the amount of effort that's probably being put into the replies, so to speak, is, one of those things where it's like, hey, yeah, I just ended up moving to a safer zone. Now I'm not going to get attacked anymore. I mean, that might be hard to just simply put in that. So yeah, kind of going in hard there on the rebuttals. Grady says, I'm sorry. John says, that's your mistake. This isn't a peace game. It's a war game. I mean, yeah, I think that's pretty spot on. Rublin Lowell, leave him be. If you want to farm in peace, go to the island or back to zone 1 or 2 where your alliance might have safe zone. Yeah. Vince says the entire season has been farming. Go out and fight for once. Also looking on his server, his alliance is going to get smashed in zone 5. So yeah, I have to go and look. Madeline says, just let it motivate you to become stronger. When you get stronger, attack him back in a gang. Right? It's that thing where it's like, make sure you bring the gun to the knife fight at that point. So yeah, I thought this one was funny. So just wanted to kind of share that with some of you. No Name Peach says lol. Tabula says easy solution, go chill zone 1. Yeah. Rambo says either zone 1 or true zone. Yeah. I mean, it's more or less. But yeah, I thought this was pretty funny. Like this person just like went hard. Part of me feels like maybe the player wanted to write more, but they just stopped a little bit. Because the way this is going, I'm like, okay, man, like this person's gonna write a dissertation at this point, right? We're gonna get like 5 paragraphs, formatted, MLA, and it's just gonna be, a good time. With that in mind, okay, let's go and I want to look at some of the zone. I want to look at some of the end of season timelines now, right? So let's look at this. So, end of season timeline pops now for a number of kingdoms, right? I'm going to show you what those kingdoms are here in a sec. Sorry, Henry says, farm killing is all good and fun, but it will be interesting if they update stat tracking. High-tier alliances will want to see T5, T4 kills. No, absolutely. And Henry, what's up? Welcome. That's something that we've been advocating for. I think many people from the community is having a kill breakdown, so you can see T1 to T5 kills for each. And I even think it'd be cool if you could see deaths as well on what those breakdowns are. It would even be cooler if you could see open field kills versus everything else, and maybe you could see open field kills, pass kills, and then like RSS tile hits as an example, or even like keeps. I think something like that would be cool because then you could see, like, you could basically just kind of go off of the open field stats for the most part. And then for people who are like rally leaders or garrison defenders, right, you could maybe look at their pass stats on that front. So it'd be interesting to see how much breakdown they'll do. But yeah, I think at minimum, at least being able to see a T1 through T5 breakdown for kills would be great. Okay, now we take a look here at the migration preview. So this is something that just dropped yesterday, for those of you that are curious. This is pretty massive because there was no heads up here. There was no soft entry point, no early indication, nothing. They just went bam, and here it is. And so the kingdoms that are affected by this, or we should say the kingdoms / groups that are going to be going, and I'll show you this here, that ended up having their end of season timelines pop are SS2-2 through SS2-10. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? So the 9 KVK groups that we did like the deep data dive for last time going into their KVK, they are into the S2 plus KVK. They are going to be the first kingdoms and players that are going into season 2++ / the T1 season. And to kind of show you some of the kingdoms that are in each, we'll just kind of give you a brief click here. But I've already gone through each of these with my scout characters. All of them have the end of season timeline up. The interesting takeaway here that I thought and found was that SS2-1, which is 155 through 173, and for some of you who may or may not know this, the group of kingdoms was the first KVK to go into season 2+. So they went in before SS2-2 through -10, right, which is indicated by SS2-1. And what's funny is they do not have their end of season timeline yet. I checked this last night after reset, and again, I don't know, like that to me is a little interesting, because to me, I would think to myself, well, why not put them into that group? Then that way you'll potentially have more opportunities to put more alliances and more activity into however many KVK groups you want to do going into that SS2++, right? Or if you wanted, or the T1, right, season as an example. Even if you look at SS211, which is 174 through 187, I think they had about 8 or 13 days, maybe. I think there's 13 days or so left in there for their Titans Legacy. And they don't have their end of season timeline either, right? So it is interesting to see how they're doing it now. But again, they really haven't, it was kind of essentially late notice, right? If you want to say that, for how everything ended up happening. Because the challenge now is that for all the kingdoms that are in those 9 KVK groups, they have 24 hours from when this hit at reset to go through, figure out where they're going to migrate to, which, bear in mind, isn't incredibly difficult to figure that out. You just have to go here, you go to division, and then you can see what the server division status is, right? So you can see who's normal, who's active, who's crowded, who's full, and you can go and look at that already for the kingdom, for the division or KVK group that you're in. But you only have 24 hours to kind of pull all your data. So like if you were doing data tracking throughout your KVK and you were looking at merits, power, activity, engagement, attendance, participation, etc., you essentially have 24 hours to pull all of that, summarize it, or analyze it and then summarize it. And then you have to go and reach out to players and start figuring out, okay, who's interested in migrating, if your alliance does plan to migrate, or you have players that are going to go. And then on top of that, you have to coordinate with them on the time that migration is going to open for the kingdoms that you're going to go to. And most likely, if you have a decent amount of activity, you're probably going to aim for a normal kingdom first and probably active kingdom second, right, if you're looking to go. Especially because the thing is, you can't see, I don't think you can see yet. We can double check. But yeah, so once migration opens, you'll be able to see where they add a 5th line here on profiles, and the line is where it tells you the server or the current kingdom that player is in. And that'll be open from once migration pops today at reset, so in 4.5 hours, all the way through when the new season starts. Now, on average, new seasons will start 2 days after region select. So, meaning we're looking at, let me see here. I have to go into February, right? Yeah. So we'd be looking at probably February 2nd, which would be a Friday, right? Where it would go in, excuse me. Well, I guess technically it is that day, but for those of you that are maybe on like the East Coast, or if you're in the U.S., it would be February 1st, Thursday at reset, which would go into February 2nd, which is on the UTC time at reset, right? And then that's when the new season is aiming to start right now. So the new season for T1/S2, SS2++, it'll be starting on February 2nd, as long as they keep the timeline the same and they haven't changed anything as of late, right? Because you're still going to get a 2-day window here from region select to the new season starting. So that'll be exciting. I will tell you now, for those of you that are here, I will be planning to stream when the new season starts, right? And I'll be aiming to do that. Hopefully, I'll probably be looking to do that on my main, because I'll probably be able to. Well, and bear in mind, it's going to depend on how the fog works out, because I don't know if they're going to have fog, if you're going to have to clear that out. But I will be planning to stream on that day from my main, and if there is fog, just in case if there is fog, then we can clear that out as fast as we can. We'll look at everything that's new in Season 2++/T1. We'll go through everything very similarly to what we did when I showed off Season 2+, and the changes that were being made. We looked at everything from tech to villages to PvE units that are on the map, to alliances that are there, to the map design itself and the layout, to the Augerstone timeline, all of that, right? So that's going to be exciting. I can't wait to do that. And then 2 other big things I want to note that I'm going to be doing throughout this process. Number 1, I'm going to be doing a migration update once the end of migration hits. So at the end of the 24th, which is in 4 days from now on Wednesday, but it'll probably be, I think, Tuesday the 23rd at reset for me, which will go into the 24th. But whenever the 24th ends and this migration window finishes, I'm going to go through and I'm going to look at all the kingdoms that ended up having movement. Because remember, if you recall, I've already taken, I think it's here. Hang on, no, it's here, I think this is on my master top stat sheet, but I'll show you this real quick because I think we did this for kingdom activity. No, I didn't. That means it has to be over here on my other sheet, which is kingdom health migration, I think. Yeah, it's what we're doing. Yeah, we're gonna be leaving in a little bit. I'll let you know. Did both of you guys brush your hair and brush your teeth?
Yeah.
Okay, go get your shoes on.
But no. Mommy's gonna do her hair and then she's gonna brush her hair.
Is mommy up?
Yeah.
Okay, when she finishes, then you guys come get me. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
And then we can put our shirts on?
Yes. These kids. But this is like my kingdom activity, my health migration, or just kingdom activity sheet. So same thing, like once a month I'll go through all the kingdoms and I'll look at like what the activity looks like. And then what I'll do is I'll highlight the changes for that recent one, right? So when I do the next one, which will be and this it'll probably be a mini one, but we'll see. I'll probably just end up redoing it again anyways, right? So I'll probably add another column here that'll say like 22424 as an example, and then I'll go through and I'll highlight all the changes. One of the other things that I want to try and do as well is once migration has started, maybe like the last day on the 23rd of migration, what I'm planning to do is I want to go through all of the alliances. And I'm going to message alliances to find out if they're willing, like if they did move, right, are you willing to let me know where you moved to? And maybe why you moved there. Because I would love to have that be an interesting storyline so I can add some context to that when I do that video. So then I can let everyone know, like, hey, these are the alliances that moved to where they went. However, to be fair, I should be able to find that out pretty easily because, like I said, once the migration timeline starts today at reset, you'll be able to see the current server that players reside in. So if they switch kingdoms, you'll still be able to see that as well after the migration period ends. So for me, it's more of, where were you, where did you move to, and maybe why did you move? I think to me that would be interesting. And so if I'm able to go and get some of those, I don't want to say reasonings, but maybe just their feedback, right? Their testimonials, if you will, on the moves. Looks good, sweetie. Right, then I want to be able to talk about that. The last part, which is number 2, is once matchmaking is decided, I'm going to go through, right? So once we know who's going to get matched, I'm going to go through, and I'll probably do this either on the 30th or the 31st. And I'm going to do the same thing that I did before, right? So those of you that might be familiar with this, let me see where I have this. Let's do this real quick. I have to figure out where I have this on my drive. I don't know how far back it is. Let's go roots, new, public. No. Let's do it this way. Let me see if I can find it over here real quick. And I gotta see because I don't know. Oh, here it is. Here. Okay. Actually, never mind. It was actually right in front of me. Okay, here we go. So, for those of you that were really interested in what I did the last time, where I did like this big data pool on those 9 KVKs, which you could see up here was 1 through 10, 22 through 90, and it looks like that's going to be the same again, going into the new S2++ /T1 season. This is what I did last time, where I put together this sheet showing you all the alliances. So like, for example, I did something like this, right? So if you wanted to know, like, here was the power, right, that I put together for all the alliances based on where did they move after the migration period ended. And I went through it and I looked at, okay, well, these are all the alliances, and these are for the most part averages based on the current server that the leader was in, along with officers, because if the majority of them were in the same server, then that indicated that's where they were, or maybe that's where they moved to. And so, and I prefaced this as well in the beginning of the video that I did for this, but this is where I showed off and I went through each of the alliances in each of the KVKs, and I listed out what kingdom they were in, and then I put together these powers. I think I did it based on those that were above 1 billion power, like that was the minimum, so you had to be at 1 billion or higher. And then I wrote down the kingdoms that were there. I looked at the power, and then we gave everyone a rating, right? So based on like where you fell, if you were the strongest. As you can see, this is all organized from top down. So you can see based on the list that came out 2 months ago, right? These were some of the strongest groups that went in. And then the same thing, you could see like the alliances top down, like, you know, where that power was. I'll do the same thing here like I did there. I think we did personal power, where at the time, I think I went to the top 100. Oh, I did more than that. Wow, ballsy of me. Look at that. So I did everyone that was over 100 mil, right? So that was like the top 139. I don't know if I did merits. Yeah, I didn't do any of that. It was just power alliances. We did top servers, and then we did the KVK alliances. And that was just like an easy way for me to understand kind of where everything was. But here is where we showed you the groups after they were paired. You could see, and this is organized based on the strongest to lowest powered kingdoms in that particular KVK group. And then you could see what the power range is. There's a little bit of data here, but for the most part, this just shows off like how many 100 mil plus people, right, are there in each. I might do something different this time where I'll do like how many T5s are in each one, and then what was their activity status after the migration hit. And then you could also see like here's the total power that each of them had for the groups. And so we kind of use that to look at groups based on based on which ones we were thinking were going to be more hyped, right, having a little more general interest to go and watch. So like I said, I'll be doing the same thing here. I'll probably be doing some additions and some adjustments to just fine tune it a bit more, but that's something for those of you that are interested, right, can look out for that. Hey, what's up? Welcome. Wait, have they already released what servers are going to be in for the new season? They have. The only thing they haven't done is just release matchmaking. So they haven't released groups yet, right? The thing that they've released so far is the 9 KVK groups that are going to be going into the new season, which compared to last season, where only 155 through 173 went in to Season 2 Plus first. This time, there's going to be 9 KVK groups, or not KVK groups, but 9 kingdoms. Not 9 kingdoms. The kingdoms that are in the 9 KVK groups are going to be going into the new season together, right? So it's 1 through 10 and 22 through 90, right? So it's here. You can see them. Right, for these 9. So these are all of them that are going in. So all these groups, like I said, 1 through 10, 22 through 90, those are the kingdoms that are going to be going into the new season. We will find out group pairings once we get to the 30th, right? So we're 10 days away from finding out matchmaking at the moment. Yeah. So again, it's going to be exciting. And like I said, that's what my plan is for coverage-wise, kind of going off the season timeline, what we're going to be doing there. So like I said, in the next couple days when migration finishes, I'll have a video there. When matchmaking is announced, I'll have a video that comes out hopefully that day once I finish kind of pulling all the data. It's either going to be the 30th or the 31st. And then we're planning to live stream the new season on the day of reset too as well. Yeah. So I'm ecstatic. I can't tell you guys how excited I am. It's going to be so fun. So fun. Yeah. With that in mind, it is, I'm going to have to jam out of here in about 10 minutes, I think. So I can make the birthday party that I have to go to for the girls. But again, hope you guys enjoyed, as always. And again, I may actually stream again later tonight. We'll see. I know we've been going for a little over an hour and a half right now. And as always, man, it's an absolute pleasure when people are interested in coming in and hanging out with us and vibing for a bit. And of course, just enjoying maybe hearing my rants, if you will. with that in mind, that I think is gonna do it for me. As always, I will shoot another link in the chat for those of you who would like to join the Discord. I know I mentioned this earlier, but again, if you want to get notifications on when we go live, on when we have new video content that comes out, you can always head there, and I'll show you real quick how that looks. I just put that in the chat, and when you join, just go to where it says reaction roles, and you can select live notify, YouTube notify, which are these two, if you just want to get some updates or notifications on when we go live or when we have new content coming out. There's also a sub donate channel as well for those of you that would like to contribute beyond just the average viewership. So again, everything's always appreciated, and that's going to do it for me. Again, man, thank you guys so much for tuning in and hanging out with me, and I may be back later tonight, maybe in a couple hours, live streaming again. We'll see how that goes. But hope you enjoy, and I hope everyone has a fantastic rest of your day, whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening, and take care. As always, until next time, I'll catch y'all later.